this video, I'm going to walk you through how you would replace this ribbon cable that runs from the extruder assembly down into the main board. Now, to start, make sure your printer is fully powered off and ideally that filament has been unloaded. For the rest of the process, all you're going to need are your large and medium-sized Allen wrenches. Let's get started. Using the medium Allen wrench, simply loosen the 2 screws on the right-hand side of the extruder assembly and the one on the right-hand side. You should now be able to pull the entire casing forward and out of the way. You can also remove this piece right here, which is holding the ribbon cable in position. This is a little sticky. It is secured with some glue, some adhesive, so just carefully pull it back. That will loosen the adhesive from the plastic and allow you to separate the ribbon cable from there as well. Now, to separate the ribbon cable from the extruder assembly, you're going to simply click in on either side of these 2 buttons near the back and wiggle the entire piece backwards and out of the way. Next, repeat that same removal process you did here, back here, to separate the cable from this. Once you have released the ribbon cable, as shown from all of the sort of top of printer areas, you're going to need to take your entire 3D printer and tip it to the side so that this filament door is on top. And rotate it around so that you can access the back of the 3D printer. Next, you're going to use that same small Allen wrench, remove this entire back panel by removing all 6 screws. Set that panel aside, and now you can see the ribbon cable running along that bottom edge. Next, we need to get to the main board. We're just continuing to trace this ribbon all the way down and around. To remove the bottom panel, you'll want to remove 2 screws located right near the handles, and then loosen the remaining 5 screws. 1 screw is located in each of these 5 incest holes. Once everything's loose enough that you can pull the bottom panel away, you actually just want to kind of rotate it up. With that out of the way, you can now easily access the ribbon cable and disconnect this end from the main board. Use wire cutters here to just clip this zip tie and pull the ribbon cable loose, trying to leave as much of this 3D adhesive behind on the printer to help hold your replacement cable in position. I'm going to do this all the way up the side as well. And then just pull the old ribbon cable all the way out of the machine. It has a few folds, so I'm using my hand here to help direct it to where I want it to go. Now, when you get to the end here, you're going to want to remove the bottom 2 screws here along this edge as well. So now you've removed the old one, grab your replacement cable, and you're just going to re-thread it in that same manner. So I recommend starting on the main board side and just plugging that in here. Then fold it so it lines up with these adhesives. It's sort of right below this large stepper motor. Give it a good 90 degrees fold and then sort of stick it down as you go and tuck it in the old zip tie, but let everything be kind of held in place. When you get down here, you're going to do the sharp 90-degree angle and then just rotate it around the edge of the printer, and we can get this whole back panel back installed in place while we're sideways. To do that, just lift and replace right in position, lining all the holes back up. Now, because it is on the side, you may need to lift by the frame just a little bit to get everything to line up perfectly, and use the large Allen wrench to re-secure all of the 7 screws that were along this bottom panel. Once those are all tightened, you want to continue feeding the ribbon cable up the side. Now, when you get to this bottom corner, you're going to want to use the Allen wrench and wedge it between these two pieces and leverage this out to create as much space as you can in this opening. Then feed it into that opening, leverage it open, and then slide the bottom in after it. And that should allow you to push the ribbon cable all the way up and through. Once you're in position, remove the Allen wrench and add back in these two screws that you removed earlier to tighten it back into place. Replace the back panel and secure in position using the 6 screws. Once that's been reattached, you can tilt the entire printer right back up. Just make sure you're trying to lift as much as possible from the metal frame and not the plastic components. Once right side up, you can feed behind this channel and around. Now before you secure the area at the back, you'll want to plug in the cord here to the extruder assembly with that 90-degree curve in it, and then tighten this in position using the plastic piece and the 2 small black screws. Once those are secured, move the extruder assembly to the front right corner, the farthest corner from where the ribbon cable is coming up from below. That way you know the extruder assembly has the full range of movement it will need to print objects along your entire build plate. You can now fold the ribbon cable in half and secure right along that back edge using the last 2 screws and the plastic piece. Once you've done that, simply re-add the extruder assembly cover, tighten the 2 screws on the right, the 1 on the left, and power your printer back on. Now, before running any prints, it is recommended that you go through a homing and recalibration process just to make sure that everything is still working and properly lined up before sending a print. But other than that, you should be good to go. Thanks for watching.